What did haciendas produce? Have you ever wondered what life was like on the vast estates known as haciendas during the colonial period in Latin America? These large estates were not just places to live, they were bustling centers of agricultural production. So, what did haciendas actually produce? Haciendas primarily focused on growing crops that were essential to the economy. Some of the main crops included sugar, coffee, tobacco, and cacao. Each of these crops required a lot of labor and processing before they could be sold. The type of crop grown often depended on the climate and soil of the region. For example, tropical areas were perfect for sugar and cacao, while coffee and tobacco thrived in more temperate zones. In the Andes region, before the Spanish arrived, indigenous people cultivated maize, potatoes, and coca. After the Spanish conquest, new crops and farming techniques were introduced. This led to the establishment of specialized farms that focused on export crops like sugar, rice, and wheat. The labor force on haciendas was mainly made up of local indigenous people. Many worked under a system called debt peonage, which kept them tied to the land. In regions where there were fewer indigenous workers, African slaves were brought in to help with the labor. Fertilizer use was limited, with guano being one of the few commercial options available. Manure from animals was also used, but its application was often inconsistent, leading to varying crop yields. The economic impact of haciendas was significant. They helped create markets for agricultural products and supported the rise of an aristocratic class. The export of crops like cochineal, used for dyes, and indigo also contributed to the wealth of the Spanish colonies. From a cultural perspective, haciendas representing a mix of colonial history and indigenous resilience. While they were tools of colonial power and exploitation, they also reflected the adaptability of local communities. Today, the legacy of haciendas continues to shape agricultural practices and social structures in many Latin American countries. So, the next time you think about haciendas, remember they were more than just large estates. They were vital to the agricultural and economic landscape of colonial Latin America.